All right, we're back. Educational video. It is September 7th, Labor Day weekend. Monday, stock markets are closed today. Let's take a look at people use the commodity channel index, CCI, it's called. It's pretty good. Momentum-based technical indicator. Let's take a look. Developed by Donald Lambert. Momentum-based oscillator, determine investment vehicle reaching condition of being overbought and oversold. Kind of assesses price trend, direction, and strength. Key takeaways: measures difference between current price and historical average price. When a CCI is below 0, indicates the price is above historic average. When CCI is below, when high readings above 100, for example, indicate the price is well above historical average. Low readings minus 100, well below historical average. So going from negative or near 0 to plus 100 uses a signal for an emerging uptrend. Going from positive near 0 readings to minus 100 may indicate an emerging downtrend. CCI is an unbound indicator, meaning it can go higher or lower indefinitely for this reason. Overbought and oversold levels are typically determined for each individual asset and by looking at historical extreme CCI levels where the price reversed from. All right, let's take a look at some images, CCI. This is a good one right here. Fidelity, they give good drawings and stuff. So you can see here in this stock right here, yeah, CCI is extremely high. Look at this. Total mountaintop came all the way back down to February. This is 2010. Very oversold. Made its way all the way back up to April. You can see here, draw your trend line. Yeah, it reached all the way to April, even May, then it started to come back down. Oversold bounce. Didn't come up all the way, came up halfway. There's another trend line you draw. It didn't get over it. You do this, and then this, then it came all the way back up in June. So they see the same thing they're saying, you know, CCI above 100, plus 100, minus 100, and even more if it gets minus 200, 300, etc. Extremely overbought, oversold. Yeah, here's one right here in November. You have a bottom move here, then, you know, this is a trend line started for almost 5 months, and CCI was very high here, mountaintop. On these little moves, they could have stopped you out. You know, they came back pretty far. Didn't drop that much though. There's your trend line. It depends how you play it. Another move down here, and then went all the way off to a top, and then bottom, and we went up again. So a little bit of divergence here, and eventually fade it. So they can be trickier on these moves. On these moves down, yeah, it didn't really drop that much. So what else do we got here? Let's see this one. This is stock charts. This is Apple on non-stock Investopedia, just like stockcharts.com. So this was on 2012. Got very oversold in July, bounced all the way out to mountain, came down to the 0 line. See the 0 line? It's like your center line. Then we bounced all the way up again. Look at that mountaintop, like plus 300 on CCI. I think, I'm not sure how high it goes, maybe 300. Then came all the way back down, and then back up, little cross formed, and then we start to fade. So you see a little bit of divergence here. This mountaintop, we got lower. So faded here all the way down. Look at this, oversold here, extremely oversold. Now on here, on this, you got to draw your trend line right here. So, you know, this bounce, it had to get over, they don't have it here, but a trend line, you have to get over that. And then right here, and then it sort of came back a double bottom. Now on these, you can see right here, trend line. Draw your trend line right here. And it started to go up slightly. You know, this was like a double bottom. It's the U shape, reverse U shape. Here's a U, this is reverse U. And then start to climb huge amount on top. Came back, found support. Look at that line right there, that 450 line. As you can see right here, here, and here was previous, they tried to break out points. It became support. So resistance, and now it became support. This went all the way up, and then you start to fade a little bit. So, there's different ways you can play, but just because it's oversold down here, you got to watch. You have to put a few things together on a chart. Draw your trend line. Go like this. Never get over. Never get over. You have to wait till it confirms. Makes it a little bit harder. Here's a SPY 2014. Extremely oversold here. Look at this. Huge move down. Bounced, came back down again right here. Bounced up. CCI is going up. You have a nice green mountaintop right here. Came back down to that center line. The low became higher, higher. See this? And this was a nice run up. This was for it was like almost October, 2 years. And see how the mountain stayed up? So you stayed above your center line. Came back this time, small dips. So every dip was bought. Once this really got oversold, it never looked back. Here's another way to look at it, longer term. You have the mountaintop right here, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, right here. And, they were good times to get in if you look back right there. See what it says down here too. Entry and exit rules, shorter time frame can be adjusted. To exit, you might want to follow plus 100 instead of plus 100 before closing the position, strong uptrend, blah, blah, blah. All right, what are some other moves here? Let's check this chart. Forex Factory, CCI indicator request. Whoever did this. So there you go. Microsoft, this is 2010. Hugely oversold right here. Came all the way up, mountaintop. Came all the way back down. And, they didn't go down all the way. Just because oversold, overbought, it might not go right, where it was before. It could come down short, halfway, further. You don't know. Came down here, small bounce, but it was a fake out. Draw your line. So you just never get over that. Try, nope. Right here, then bounced to that full mountain and came all the way down here, oversold. So that was a good one to read. What else do we got here? Let's see this chart. Investopedia. This is Oracle. Let me make it bigger here. So this was 2018 Oracle. Over MACD down here. This is CCI. So right here got very oversold in 2016. Shot up very high here. Look at that. Huge mountain. Then it started to fade a little bit, little divergence. Came right back here to oversold. And shot all the way up right here. Look at that mountain. Huge move here. And then, so it went sideways, a little bit of divergence, faded, bounced again. You can see where some good buying points were, down here. Down here was more of a fake out though. See, this is the 200 day. Went up very briefly and then really got chopped around sideways, didn't do much. And then it took off right here. So, and this uses CCI as a guide. You had high a day above from previous, look at 2016, 2017, you draw a line right here and it got over that line. Here's one, let's see, I'm trying to see charts two. Two different charts there. What's this right here? It's Apple, we've seen that. Body channel index, financial markets. So this is CCI, I guess right here, you get divergence, stock going down. This is starting to go up. Bearish divergence right here. The stock was climbing higher, but see the slight divergence? This was a peak. The peak's lower, the peak's lower again, then it faded out. So divergences are important. You can notice that on different type of stocks, all kinds of stocks you're looking at. Let's see what else they got down here. What's this stock? That was Apple. We've seen Apple. Anything else? Trying to see some charts. This is SPX. So right here, SPX. This is August, July 2012. You can see it mountains, mountains, mountains. It came back, had a lot of dips. Finally had a big one right up here, then it faded. See your divergence down, it keeps going down. Oversold here, it was a fake out. Because you can see this, yes, and it's got lower again. And right here is extremely oversold. Draw your line here, eventually get over that line on that. And it's showing right here the huge mountaintop. See this mountaintop? Fade. Tried to bounce up. Nope. Again. Came back down even lower. Look at this. It was 150 minus 200. Now, if you draw your line right here, and this one, maybe draw it here. So we'll take it over like 390. Then it's a decline. You're watching it here. You have that trend line to get over. And on this here, center point is getting lower. The divergence here, the stock's going down. And a slight divergence. See, we're going up here, up. And once you see that getting higher, that's you're getting bullish at that point. All right, here's CCI. You can see here overbought, came back down, came back up again, overbought. Stock's going down. Another move here, the trend's down. And then you have all these signals up right here. This is overbought, but it actually kept going in that. That was interesting right there. Right here, see down move, overbought, oversold, and up. Oversold, but it's higher, higher. And right here, higher again, the last one. Just tells you where your stop and stuff. So extremely overbought here. And you don't want to buy when it's extremely overbought. And it came all the way back down. And then we bounced all the way up. And another little stop here. And it came back up. So you see extremely overbought, oversold conditions, buyers, sellers. When the stock's up here, you're extremely overbought, 200. The chances are going higher are doubtful. You have to see the trend of the stock, but made a big run, came all the way back down here. Then we bounced up. On this one too, you had a huge move down, then it came all the way up. You can see right here. Came up here and retraced back. That wick came up. It'll give you a false signal sometimes too. It's pretty tough. This one went down. Bounced a little bit. And this one, see the trend was up here. Here, every low kept getting higher in these bounces. See this? So this was oversold. To here. Came back. Completely oversold. Was only like 3 signals. Even though this got pretty low, but the whole trend was up. Trending markets taking only signals in the main direction of the trend. So once you see this start to going up like that, you have that trend line. You can play these really deep lows that are good buys there. This one's a hidden bullish divergence. You have your low, lower low. It was going down here, going down, but the stock kept going up. And eventually, you can see here, see it, the high, lower, lower, and sort of fade right there. This one's just all buy sells. buy, sell to different points. Right here you can see very overbought. Right here is oversold. And so that was a good picture on CCI right there. So let me see what this one. This is the same thing. Say oversold conditions went up, oversold again. 3 on CCI. You can see it right here. This is like a gold chart. Very oversold. Start to go down. Eventually get over this line and bounce all the way up. The stop is going lower. See here, lower. The high's getting lower, lower. Bounced again. So you can play them bounces, but you can see different directions they're going. So the high here is lower, lower, lower. And your CCI is overbought, even if the stock's going lower. All right, so that's it. So, pretty good. CCI is very widely used. Momentum indicators, pretty good. What all the other indicators are. This is another good one. See what Wikipedia says. Yeah, nothing much there. Trading view. Yeah, trading view is the same thing. Overbought. Comes all the way down right here. Overbought. Takes off. See a trend line. See a huge trend line. And you have your certain conditions where it's overbought. Now see this overbought right here. Actually dropped off. The stock's going higher there. See, crossed, overbought repeatedly during a bullish trend. Overbought again, overbought. So it's giving false signals there. As long as you have your trend line too, and see maybe a little dip here, that's a buy. Each point's a buy. Now, when this stock's going down, and you're like, here, it's overbought. I mean, oversold. Right here, I'm going to buy. And you're waiting for it to go up, get back to that overbought condition, but it's going down, keeps going down. See that? You're getting small moves, but you have to look what the stock's doing too exactly. So that shows a lot there. All right, so that's it for CCI. Commodity Channel Index, momentum-based indicator. You can add, other things, RSI, stochastics, money flow, whatever you want to use, whatever you're comfortable with, you test it out. They're all good to have, your swing trading or longer term on your daily charts to see exactly what it's doing here over sold, overbought conditions. Let me see that another chart here. Let me see here, CCI. Where's CCI? This is the SPY right now where we're at. Had that big drop the last 2 days. And there's CCI index right there. See, since April, look how this has been up. And here's your center line. Came back right here. Nice dip. And that was near your 50-day. Bounced. Another one right here. This got really low. It tested that. Came back near minus 100. That was another great buy. You know why? The whole trend has been up. So any dip you want to buy. Once you start seeing this start to go up, people are like, we're going to having a crash again. That didn't happen. Yeah, you can look on the weekly charts too. You can tell what was going to happen. This was in 2009, 2007, where that was sustained for a few years. This was like a month. And you see your peak here in RSI. Now, right now, we're at an interesting point. We're going down here. We're going to test this 50-day, maybe even 200-day, get a really nice pullback. You'd like to see that. And you can see we're well up on CCI on a weekly. Yeah, that's a big candle there. It's like big bearish, two wicks back and forth on the bottom and top. You can see RSI right here. Got all the way up here, tested it. And what we're going to do, come back. How far are we coming back? And there's your big minus 300 on the CCI. One of the best times to buy. See how they're different? Like RSI showed extremely oversold. Money flow didn't get below 20. That's, and this came roaring back. It's at a 130 plus. It's extremely overbought still. There's your 13. There's your 50-day. Yeah, I'd like this to come to 300 or 305. That'd be a great pullback. So you can see what else we got here. NASDAQ. There's the NASDAQ. The money flow in the NASDAQ never got that low. CCI did. So did RSI. And you can see money flow is fading now. See, that's a little worrisome. That's a divergence. You're going down this way. You know, the stock's been going up, or the commodity composite, whatever. And this might come all the way back down. This could come to the 50. That'd be 9100. There's a really strong pullback right here. You can see the Dow Jones. There's the weekly in the Dow Jones. Extremely overbought here. And over here is oversold. And what are we going to do here? Are we going to go to 13-day, to 50, to 200? We'll see here. So, what other stocks? Let me go back here. JMIA. This is the weekly net. This had that big run up to 22, came all the way back. This is the weekly. It's fading. Right there is the 50-day. This could bounce from there. Daily chart. This is fading from that peak. Look at that mountain on RSI. 38. This goes below 30. It's probably a good buy. And then you see money flow continues to go down. CCI right here. See, it's like hovering at this minus 100 level. Extremely oversold at this point. There's your 200, 636. I mean, if it goes right to there, it's a great buy. You have a trend line right here too. It's right at the trend line. On that. What other stocks do we have? Like some other ones are really oversold too. Here's Nant, K West, and K. But look at this downtrend. This was at like 15 plus. Extremely oversold RSI. Money flow's been oversold. CCI, see how this has been buried? It's been oversold for over a month now. Look at the divergence too. It's getting a little bit decreasing. See here. And you're right at the 200th day. If this doesn't hold, then forget it. You don't know where it's going to go. This could be a holder. Maybe this pops next week. A lot of these stocks, and I believe this is the like biotech, like CODX, VXRT, they're getting really hammered. So this has come way over half. 15.5, what's that, like 7.5? So, and you can see there. And then this was the other way, looking the way up. Mountaintops. This cap is staying above zero line. So that's interesting right there. All right, so there's different ways to use it. CCI, you got to use it in conjunction with the chart. Like just on here, oh, it's oversold. I'm getting in. You don't want to get in at 12. It's at 6. You have to wait for confirming signals, like in anything. So this just helps you with a guide to see where you're at. All right, that's it. Please subscribe and like the channel, and we're out. Peace.